Hello, welcome to Three Crows Runes. My name is Jen. Let's do some rune readings. Today we are going to be doing Ansuz readings. Now, Ansuz is the rune of communication and manifestation, mostly communication. There's been a lot of problems with communication lately in the world, so I think this is going to be a relevant set of readings to do. So each of these runes is I'm going to read with three different Futharks. I'm going to read with the Carnelian Futhark, the Bone Futhark, and the Maple Futhark. Each of these is going to be, the central issue of each of these is going to be communication. So feel into these runes. Which rune set do you think will have a reading for you about your situation involving communication? Is it the Carnelian stone runes, the Bone runes, or the Maple runes? Feel which one of them has the reading for you. I'm going to put the timestamps in the description, and I will see you there. Bye! Hello, Carnelian rune people. So we're going to do a reading with the Carnelian runes. I'm actually also going to throw down a card from the Steampunk Tarot. If it's reversed, I'm going to throw it down. I'm going to turn it right side up. In fact, they're already reversed, so I'm going to turn them right side up. Just sort of to set the scene for this reading. Oh my gosh, some of these are like backwards. Oh well, anyway, I'll fix that later. So anyway, let's see. What is the card that has to do with this reading for the Carnelian runes? Ooh, okay. Okay, Seven of Wands, defensiveness. So, putting that back. Let's see this rune of this rune and the reading about defensiveness. Let's see what's going on with communication for you. So I'm going to start with a splash reading and we're going to go from there. Okay. So as I said, your central issue is communication. Leading up to this, we have Laguz. Laguz is the rune of the lake, so it has to do with all the watery stuff, like emotion, intuition, and heart. So it looks like there's been a lot of emotion and passion to do with this. You are feeling very defensive right now because the communication seems to be breaking down because it's like people aren't respecting that this is something you feel passionate about, and this sort of has rankled some people. Either way, emotions are high. Emotions are high, whether it's you or whether it's everybody else. Emotions are high and you're feeling defensive. What's going to help you is to find common ground with humanity. Basically to find a way to face people with joy, and also to sort of find the place where you belong in humanity, not like you belong, but where you feel belonging. A place in humanity where you feel belonging. And this will help you with your confidence, because maybe these people that you're feeling defensive against, maybe these are not your people. Like maybe if they are that in disagreement with you and it's that hard to communicate with them, maybe you need to find people with whom you will feel you belong better, like with whom you'll be able to feel more belonging and where you can feel more confident. Because everybody feels that they're right. Everybody feels that they are right. Everybody fully believes that they are right. It's not just even a matter of believing. Everybody knows they're right. Even people who are absolutely wrong, even people who are provably wrong, even evil people, not evil people, but even people who are engaged in bad things that are hurtful to people, everybody knows that they're right. So you get situations like this because of that. So the important thing is to find a sense of belonging, and maybe not to be so vicious either, because this is manas, and one of the things that I usually read about manas is face each other with joy. So find your people that you can face each other with joy. This is not to say don't listen to other points of view, because that's important, but where everybody's at each other's throat and passions are high and everything, then maybe it's a situation where this is not where you want to be. So that's what's going to help is find where you feel you belong, try to find some common ground, and let your confidence grow through that. What isn't helping you is it's overwhelming and it's chaos. We have Hagalaz, which is the rune of the hailstorm and chaos and natural forces and the uncontrolled uncontrollables, and it's overwhelming. So it feels like chaos out there. It's just, and it's going to drag you down. It could like depress you and make you feel like this is what it is everywhere and I can't handle it. So once again, find where you feel a sense of belonging, and this will help your confidence, and you'll be able to communicate better. Your next step is Othello Reversed. Othello is the rune of the home and the homeland, and reversed, it has to do with letting go of what no longer serves you. So maybe, again, letting go of associations with people that are not helping you, that you have to feel that you have to defend yourself from. What is going to help you here is really tend the duties of your life. Basically, we have Tivaz, which is Tears rune. Tears, the warrior god. It does have to do with driving forward, but it also has to do with duties and responsibilities. So in this case, you get yourself where you feel a sense of belonging, and then you have your duties and responsibilities within that. And you're letting go of what no longer serves you, and that is a responsibility. You need to just basically, you're tending your duties and responsibilities with that, and just basically saying, you know what, this isn't helping me, this is making me feel uncomfortable and defensive, letting that go, basically dealing with that. What doesn't help is, just like this, you're honing focus on the fact that this is everywhere and it's chaos and it's overwhelming, and if you just continue to focus on that, that will continue to drag you down. So once again, just your direction now because of this first step, so follow that direction, tend the needs of that direction, and your outcome is you're going to know where you need to drop everything and tend your needs. And this is Nauthiz reversed. Nauthiz always means tend your needs, but Nauthiz reversed means it's an emergency. You know that you can't go on like this. Drop everything and deal with what needs to be dealt with. So we've got a lot of things about tending your needs. We've got Tivaz, which is helping you, and then this actually becomes your main focus, is let go of the things that are harming you and really make sure that you're putting priority on your own comfort, and not comfort, on your own peace of mind, really, because this has been really disruptive for your peace of mind. You need somewhere that you can feel grounded. So that, Carnelian rune people, is your reading. Good luck. I wish you really, really, really good luck with this. And you know what? I'm not signing off yet. I want to give you 3 more runes on this because it's an encore. It's an encore. I'm really sorry, but it's like I kept looking at this and I'm like, I can't end here. I can't. So at this point where you are absolutely dropping everything and dealing with the needs that need to be dealt with, you're going to focus on what will bring you joy deeply. Like, what is your deepest joy? We have Vunyo reversed on the upper line. So 1, it's going to be like, no, I am unhappy. I'm admitting that I'm unhappy and I'm going to move forward and try to fix this. Admitting that is going to be a big step. But also reach deep inside and find what would make me happy. What are my needs for happiness? And that's what you're gonna want to draw that out and start to make a quest out of that. Like, what do I need in my life? And let's start bringing that through and having that in my life. What isn't going to help is you're going to be worried while you do this that you're going to find out something about yourself that you don't like. But it's all you. So whatever it is, you need to embrace. And as you sort things out, like as you become more whole and as you address things that you might not initially like, this is going to make you only more whole and a more complete person, and you're going to feel better ultimately. So try not to worry about that. Bring yourself back up into acknowledging that you're not happy at the moment, and also reaching deep inside and finding out what would make me happy. And what this is going to lead to is the beginning of a long process, but it is going to begin. And the thing about Ivaz, which is the yew tree rune, which this is, it's the results are going to be certain. They may not be immediate, but they're going to happen. So you're going to start yourself on a long process of self-discovery and just basically getting your life into a situation where you won't feel like this anymore. So that, for real this time, Carnelian rune people, is your reading. So I wish you all the best of luck with this, and I wish you a lovely day or evening. Take care till next time. Bye. Hello, Bone Rune people. Just trying to get things a little bit more nice. Okay. Okay. So, as I said, the central issue is going to be communication. I'm going to draw a rune from the Steampunk Tarot. Oh, a rune. Everything's runes! I'm going to draw a card from the Steampunk Tarot. And that one wanted to jump out, so let's see. Okay. So, right now your communication issue has to do with family. It has to do with your home, where you want to feel grounded and where you want to feel everything is good. So there's communication issue happening there. Your central issue is that. So let's see what the runes have to say about that. Look at the little West Highland White Terriers and airships, because it's the Steampunk Tarot. So I'm going to lay down some runes for this. I'm going to start with a splash reading plus, and then I'm going to do a few more, because last one I did and then it was like I need more, so I'm just going to lay them all out now. Because that's the way. Oh my gosh, that was the same rune in that same spot in the last reading, except different set. Okay, so as I said, the central issue is communication. From the card, it looks like it's communication within the home. That is the issue at the moment. So leading up to this, we have Ingvaz. Ingvaz is the rune of Ing. Ing is another name for Frey. Frey is the fertility god. So normally I read this as active creation, but this may actually also have to do with like some fertility based thing in terms of sexual relations, or maybe dealing with somebody who is on the yang side of things. This could be like, it's like somebody who's on the yang side of things. This is yang. This is like divine yang. So yang creation. So this could be either, well, this could be any gender or orientation. This is just basically somebody who's more forceful and more action based that you may be dealing with in a more sexual way. However, this may also have to do with something where you're trying to put something together, where you're trying to create this. You may be trying to create this. You may be trying to work in your home to create this happy home situation. So it has to do with active creation. It could have to do with a yang person that you're dealing with. However, your issue is communication and manifestation, but also communication, the main issue. So what's going to help you here is we have Hagaz, which is the rune of the hailstorm, and that has to do with chaos, but also natural forces, natural energies, the uncontrolled uncontrollables, but sort of surrendering to that and also making that your journey, because we have Raido above it. So this forcing things into a shape has led to a difficulty with communication, because it's like that recent movie where it's like everybody was trying to be what the grandmother wanted them to be, but nobody could be that because that's put on them and it's too much pressure. So this is not going to work. We need to see what we naturally are and then make that our journey. There, I hope I didn't infringe on any copyrights with that description. I think you know what movie I'm talking about. If not, I hope you eventually do, because I loved it. It was a great movie. Anyway, back to the reading. So what's going to help with communication in this step is really sort of taking that step back and seeing what really is, like what people naturally are and what people's natural ways are, and making that your journey, like incorporating that into the journey that you are doing towards communication, because you've tried forcing a happy home into being and that's not worked, because everybody feels pressured to be something that maybe they aren't. And we need to see what people are. We need to see who people are naturally and then work with that. Now, what doesn't help is we have Yira and we have Thurizaz reversed. So there's a sense of, Yira is the rune of the harvest, but it also has to do with time. And there is a sense of A, there's too much that's come up, and B, there's just, I've wasted too much time on this and there's not much time left, and now it's like I don't have the time to fix this. And also the fact that it feels like it's an overwhelming challenge. We have Thurizaz reversed, overwhelming challenge. So if this starts to drag you down, just say, no, you know what? We can always, it's like Seth says, our point of power is in the present. It's never too late. As long as everybody's still there, it's never too late to just like say, look, I'm sorry about trying to force things. Let's find out who people are and what our natural selves are, and then we'll work with that, because we do love each other. So there's that. We want things to work, so there's that. So how can we make a dance out of our natural selves? So our next step here is we have Avaz reversed. Avaz is the horse rune, and it has to do with motion and movement and also spirit. So you're not going to be running around as much, which is good. It's like you're not trying to control things as much, and that's a big help. But also, now that you're not trying to control things and you're seeing the mess that trying to control things made, now that you know more about people, who their actual nature is, you're going to have some emergencies to tend to. This is Nauthiz reversed. Nauthiz is always about tending needs, but when it's reversed, it's like drop everything. You need to fix this. So doing that, not running around and then fixing things, is going to help the most. What isn't going to help is just basically letting all of this that wasn't helping before expand and overwhelm you. We have Kaunaz. Kaunaz is the rune of expansion. It's the torch. It's basically a fire, something that starts small like an ember and expands into a blaze. So if you're letting the little things get out of hand and that'll drag everything down, this is why you want to address them. Because even if it's a little thing, this is something that needs to be fixed like now. So once you reach that point, your best bet is just like tend to the emergencies as they come up, and just basically as soon as you recognize one and as soon as you notice one, deal with that. Like basically say, okay, we're gonna work with this. We're gonna try to make this work now. And what this is going to lead to is a greater openness of emotion and heart, a greater feeling of, your heart's going to swell in a good way, not in a medical way, and you're gonna be more in touch with your heart, and you're going to be moving forward in a more heart-centered way. You will also, what's going to help you there is to look inside at your joy. Look inside for your inner joy. We have Vunyo reversed. Vunyo is the rune of joy. Reversed on the upper line, it has to do with a couple things. First of all, you may need to acknowledge where you aren't happy, because this has been all about, okay, well, things have not been working because I've been trying to control them. So you also are part of this that you need to help. So where are you not happy? Think about that and how that can fit into what you've learned now about people's natural natures. Also, think deep inside of what you really, really, really would want and what your heart wants for its joy. What your heart says would make it very joyous. Deep, deep, deep inside, you're going to have to reach inside and find this. So that is what's going to help you. What isn't going to help you is nothing. If you do nothing, if you just freeze up, if you just go cold, if you just sort of don't do anything, that's going to drag everything down. So focus on heart, get heart-centered, and think about what would make you joyful, what would bring you joy. And that's going to help you move forward. And what this is going to lead to is Ten of Pentacles, really. This is Fehu, it's the first rune, it's the rune of wealth and worth. And it's really, your life is going to be much more rich after you've gone through this process, which basically I could put this here. Because at that point you will have reached it. You were seeking this at the beginning, and you were seeking it in a way that wasn't healthy. But once you've gone through all this, everybody's going to feel worthy, and everybody's going to feel rich in like an enriched life way. And you will have got this. You will have reached the Ten of Pentacles. So that, Bone Rune people, is your reading. I wish you a lovely day or evening. Take care till next time. Bye. Hello, Maple Rune people. So we are going to be doing reading where communication is the main focus, is the central issue. I'm going to start by throwing down a card from the Steampunk Tarot that's going to sort of set the stage for the reading with the runes. Let's see what card we need for the Maple Runes. Let's see. Maple Rune card. Ooh, that one jumped right out there, so we're going to use that right away. Seven of Cups. So you're sort of looking at your options right now. Your central issue is communication, but it's sort of like there's a lot of options in front of you and you have a lot of dreams. So maybe this is a communication of like expression. Maybe this is communication issue, but it's about expressing. Yeah, look, there's the chaos of what you're looking at. It's like you can't pick just one. You feel like I can't possibly pick just one. Interesting. Okay, so let's continue. Ooh, that's a combination that's formidable. And I'm gonna just like 3 more. Okay, this is very exciting, I am sure. Is that right? Yes. Okay, lovely. Right, so your central issue is, of course, communication. That's what the whole reading set is about. Leading up to this, there was a lot of chaos. You just felt like it was just everything all at once, chaos, the uncontrolled uncontrollables, but just like everything. You couldn't settle on anything. And so right now you're sort of feeling like, I want to express. I think it may be about expression. It may be about expression, but you basically want to, it's like you're being overwhelmed by options. So you want to express and you're not sure what to, maybe this is a project that you're thinking about doing. Let's see what the runes say. So what's going to help you is, first of all, for these choices, let your choice be revealed. Let it reveal itself to you. So you have all these options. You really haven't, like all of them, every time you look at one, you're like, oh, this is the one. And then you look at the next one, it's like, oh, but this one also is the one. You're going to basically let the one that it reveal itself to you. Just like forget the choices and go about your day. And it will actually, the answer will reveal itself to you. Pertho, it's the lot box. It's luck, it's surprises, it's chance. But over it is, we have 30 Zaz, which is the rune of the challenge, but it's an open door. So you're going to let this reveal, you're going to let your choice reveal itself. You're going to let your choice pick you, basically. And once that happens, you will see like a door open, and that's the one you're going to take. What isn't going to help is you're going to be doubting your strength. You're going to feel like freezing up. We have Uru's reversed, which is the rune of the wild ox, but reversed on the lower line. So it's sort of, you're worried about being ungrounded, like not having some way to go forward, and you're worried about it. Also freezing up, the idea of you're worried about freezing up. This is the opposite of this, basically. The lower line is always the opposite of, it's always the upper line is always the antidote to the lower line. So when you feel like you're just upended because you can't choose, let it choose you. And when you feel like freezing up, you're going to see the door in front of you move through the door. The door is open. It's upright. It's going to be a challenge, like psychologically, but you can do it. So now that the thing that you have been trying to decide between has chosen you, you can move forward. First thing you're going to want to do is, normally I read Othello Reverse, which this is the rune of the home and the homeland. Normally I read that as letting go of things that no longer serve you, and it will be. You'll be letting go of all these other things for now. You don't have to let go of these things forever. You can just back burner them. You can say, okay, right now I'm focusing on this thing, if it's a creative project. Obviously, there are certain instances where you are not going to be dealing with these anymore ever. But just let go of what you're not working with. But also you're going to want to find a state of home within. This is the home and the homeland. So reversed, you're going to want to find a sort of sense of inner home about this. Mostly though, I'm seeing this as letting go of the rest for now. Just basically put it in the hall closet, put it in a to-do later box, and it's going to wait for you, hopefully, and if it doesn't, then it wasn't right for you anyway. So that's your next step, is we're going to let go of that. And there's going to be a sort of a mourning period for that, because this is the fact that you're moving forward with the one that chose you. There's still going to be a bit of mourning for the ones that you didn't choose or that didn't choose you. So you're going to be dealing with that a bit. However, what's going to help you is confidence. This chose you. the thing that you're moving forward with to express chose you. So be confident about that. That's something that reflects your inner worth. What doesn't help you is you may be, this is Lagos, it's the rune of the lake, and it has to do with emotion, intuition, and heart. You may be worried about where your heart is, basically. Maybe your heart, you're worried that your heart won't be in the one that chose you, but be confident about this. This is something that you were really, really excited about when you were trying to choose between them. Your heart is with them. It may feel a bit divided at this step because you have had to let go of the other ones. So that might drag you down a bit. That may sort of grind you to a halt for a bit, but bring yourself back up to here. Feel your inner worth. Feel your confidence. This chose you, and you are now the one to carry this forward into expression. And it looks like you will do it because we have the harvest rune. Now is the time to bring this forward. Give yourself the time, first of all, to work on it. This also has to do with time. Yira, it has to do with a year. So, but also bring things forward. This is basically now that you've laid the other ones aside, now you can work on bringing your harvest forward. What's going to help is we have the blank runes. So just be open. Be open to what wants to come through. It shows you. Feel your inner worth. Let what wants to come through. Be open to whatever wants to flow out naturally when you're expressing this, and that will be your harvest. What won't help is you're going to be a little bit worried about support, protection and support. We have algaes, so you're doing this basically on your own. You are channeling this to a certain extent, and so that's going to make you feel a little bit unsupported maybe, but try not to worry about that. Right now your focus at this step is going to be opening yourself up and letting the harvest come through, pulling the harvest through. And what this is going to lead to is more journey, which is great. This is going to set you on bringing this stuff through is going to set you on a journey that is going to be very exciting for you. It's upright, Rilo, the journey rune. You're going to be totally into it. It's going to be great. So from indecision to like setting forth on a brand new journey, this is very, very exciting. Maple Rune people, and I wish you all the best with this, and I wish you a lovely day or evening. Take care till next time. Bye.